He'll be looking at 150 kilograms to get his campaign started. I believe we'll have 2 flights. So Nick Bentley, 150 kilograms. Now, not sure what's happened to Nick Bentley. Here he comes now. He's cutting it a little bit fine there. $150 kilograms.
What?
And bit of a rough opening squat there, but he gets the job done. Martin Smith now for Great Britain, 160. 160 goes on the bar. Well, these guys working very hard on the spotting and loading crew. It's well under his personal best, so plenty of breathing space for him. $160. It's in nice and deep. Hips popped up a little bit fast, but he gets the job done and it's on the board. Horace Maloney from France, 165. Opening right on his personal best. The 165 kilos and the bar is loaded. Taking his time there. Steadies the bar. And gets in nice and deep. And the referees say good lift. He'll be happy with that. Gets that one on the board. Just trying to get the opening lifts out of the way, get those nerves. And of course, the squat, probably the most pressure. So 172.5 now for Christian Wenker from Austria. $172.5. Nice and fast. And he gets the 3 white lights, that's on the board. Yevgeny Stepanov from Russia, 190 kilograms. One 190. Yevgeny Stepanov from Russia. Haven't seen a lot from the Russian team this week. And that is very smooth and very fast. And 3 white lights. We'll have a look at the replay. And very good technique. Keeps that chest up and that head up all the way through. Marlon Daniels, Republic of South Africa, 195. $195-kilogram opener. Gets in nice and deep. Doesn't have any problems with that. And 3 white lights. Marcel Rosler, Czechia, 200 kilograms. And the Czech team from Czech Republic has certainly been fantastic technicians this week. Let's see if Marcel is just the same. From what I've seen from Marcel in the past, he is generally a very good technician. Just trying to get comfortable under that bar. Good walkout. Kept that chest up high. It was a bit tougher than I think he wanted it to be. But he gets the job done. Florian Dorfner from Germany now, 205. $205 kilograms. Gets in nice and deep. Smooth all the way through. And puts that one on the books. Nick Bentley, Great Britain, 157.5. So we're going to come around for our second round now. And Nick Bentley, 157.5. This will give him a personal best. And here he comes. Looking motivated. Looking for a personal best, 157.5. Wants to get this one on his resume. And turned laterally. His whole body shifted there. Did the bar dip. Let's see what the referees say. Yeah, it's 2 red lights. So Martin Smith now looking for 172.5. You look at the replay there, you can see just gets in trouble. His knee pops in, the whole body starts to shift, and the bar dips down. But he put in a big effort. So Martin Smith, 172.5. Well under his personal best. Shouldn't cause too much drama for him. Gotten a replacement call from the head referee, not locking his knees in. His knees have to be straight before you'll get the start command. I'm not sure what the problem is. I can't tell from this angle. Let's see what the referee's saying, then we'll have a look at the replay. He has 2 red lights. They're not deep enough. They held him there for a long time. It's difficult to see from this angle. And yeah, certainly pulled up short on that one. Loris Manoni from France, 172.5. So your knees have to be in the straight position or locked position before you will get the squat command. And that's what they were replacing the bar for. Loris Manoni from France, 172.5. We talk about attempt selections all the time, and I've just seen Nick Bentley has put in a 172.5 for his 3rd attempt. He failed the 157.5 and has added on 15 odd kilos for a 3rd. Quite an interesting decision. So he gets the 3 white lights. Christian Wenker from Austria, 185 now. .185, so still under his best lift. Getting a replacement call. But not entirely sure what that was. But he's got the squat command now. Ooh, that chest just dropped forward. Might have pulled up a little bit short. Let's see what the referees say. No, he gets it down there with 3 white lights. Now, Yevgeny stepping off from Russia, 205. Personal best for Yevgeny. And back to the top, nice and fast. Let's see what the referees say. It's 3 white lights. A quick squat is a good squat. Marlon Daniels, Republic of South Africa, will come out for 207.5. Don't forget we have 2 flights in this group. So we'll have the first half of the 74s, and then we move straight into the second half of the 74s. Marlon Daniels, 207.5. Gets it in deep, drives hard. He had better technique on that one. He kept his chest a lot higher, and he gets his 3 white lights. You can see he sinks it in deep, really used that bounce very, very well. Kept that chest up. Marcel Neville Harris. We've got, yeah, there we go. So they just mixed up the board then. Marcel Rossler, Czechia, 207.5. Someone pressed the wrong button on the computer. A big personal best. Pulls those hands in as tight as he can get them. And just a little bit too much. Spotters did a great job there. And Lifter did a great job staying under the bar as well. Florian Dorfner from Germany, 215. Not really understanding the attempt selection from Nick Bentley from Great Britain at 172.5 for his third. We'll wait and see. 215 now for Florian Dorfner. And there is not much body weight separating any of these guys. Gets the depth. He's going to have to fight, but it's just a little bit too much. So Nick Bentley now, 172.5. He had a 157.5 for his second, and he got all out of shape. Never looked like it was going to happen. I imagine he's put the 172.5 in just to keep the minute on the clock, so the guys get their rest. Can't imagine him coming out to attempt that after the 157.5. So we'll let the clock run down. And of course, our great sponsors, Eleiko, Uplift, and SBD. None of this is possible without them. Absolutely fantastic supporters. And of course, Eleiko, you can organise a tour of their factory. They'll be running factory tours on June 10th and June 13th. It'll be an absolutely fantastic experience to go through the Eleiko factory and perhaps even view one of those elusive Eleiko waffle irons. It's a great part of their history. If you can get on the Eleiko website and have a look, you can certainly get yourself on one of those tours. It'd be well worth it. So Nick Bentley put the 172.5 as a bit of a number to let the guys have their extra minute rest. So we'll move to Martin Smith, 172.5 for his third attempt. So Martin missed this on his second. And a few little problems with locking his knees, and then replaced, and then after that just didn't quite get deep enough. And I'm sure on this attempt he is going to absolutely nail it. It's a quick start this time. Depth looks good, but it's just a little bit too heavy. Just used a little bit too much energy earlier on. Loris Manoni from France, 180. This will be a big, big personal best. So 180 kilograms. And you can see those hips popped up, that chest went forward. Great, great job from the spotters there. These guys are doing an absolutely fantastic job. And when they're doing a great job, the athletes do a great job as well, because they increases their confidence. Christian Wenker, 190 for Austria. $190. And he's having to work for it. He gets it there. What do the referees say? And it's a good lift. Marcel Rossler now checking at 207.5. We've popped up above 200 now, and you would have seen the other two spotters come out. And once it hits that 200 mark, they have 5 spotters. So lifter safety is paramount. So a personal best of 207.5 for Marcel Rossler. And here he goes, 207.5. And just a little bit too much. Those guys are very quick and keeping that lifter very, very safe. You can see the back spotter there wrapping him right up, making sure he's not going to get injured in any way. So we go to 210 now. Evgeny Stefanov from Russia. Another big personal best. He had a great 190 and a great 205. Now looking for 210. And he had to work a little bit harder for that one. Coach looks happy, and the refs are happy. It was the hardest I've seen him work. He kept that chest up. Marlon Daniels, Republic of South Africa, 212.5. Gets himself dug in under that bar. His coach yelling his cues. And just a little too much. Again, great job from the spotters. Florian Dorfner, Germany, 215. Again, moving into that realm of personal bests, that unknown. So 215 kilograms. Just a feather over his personal best. Looks a little bit crooked under the bar. But it doesn't seem to bother him. And he gets it on the board with 2 white lights. And now we move into our second flight. Mario Balan, Slovakia, 190 kilograms. $190, well under his personal best. This should be a comfortable opening lift. Mario Balan. As he used up a lot of time. Gets very deep. And gets the 3 white lights. Ankpat Senderjav, Mongolia, 190. So 20 kilos under his personal best, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And looks good. It's probably a little harder than you'd want for an opening lift, but he gets it on the board. Eric Townsley, USA, 197.5. $197.5. Should be a comfortable opening lift. Just trying to get that bar steady. And a very, very smooth opening lift. 3 white lights. Neville Harris from Australia now, 200 kilograms.
Başladı.
200 kilograms, well below his personal best, so a good, safe opening option. He's got to put this one on the board first.
What?
Depth looks good.
Right.
And that should be a good lift, and it is. Jani Avamaki from Finland, 200 kilograms. The 200 kilograms.
Başladı. Şahmiye set.
What?
Gets that big breath in. And very smooth, very clean all the way through. Loran Langset from Norway, 200 kilograms. So a good chunk under his personal best, so it should be a comfortable opening lift.
What?
It's in nice and deep, smooth all the way through. Great technique. 3 white lights, so we'll have a look at the replay. You should see he keeps that chest upright, drops into the hole ever so gently, and that chest position stays the same all the way through. Pekka Taskinen from Finland now, 207.5. $10 kilos off his personal best, so should be a comfortable opening lift.
What?
And probably not as clean as he wanted. You can see his head in that downward position there. Just dropped his chest a little bit, making it a little more difficult than it probably should have been. But he gets the job done. Now, Kojo winning from Canada now, 225. Quick step out.
What?
It looks pretty good. The referees say yes, it is. Ekbat Sandajav from Mongolia, 197.5. So we come back around now for their second attempts. looking for 197.5 and a good opener at 190. But currently Gwen from Canada has the gold medal position. And 197.5 has proved to be a bit too much today for Enkbat. So Gianni Habamaki from Finland now 207.5. So it's still below his personal best. It's a big breath in. Great technique. The chest is up all the time. The head doesn't dip at all. He gets it on the board with 2 white lights. And Neville Harris looking for 210 now. Still under his best lift of 220. And it was just a little bit too much today. You could see, you could hear the coach yelled out chest up, and you could hear, and you could see he just dipped that chest a little bit as he hit the bottom. And if he can get that chest up, he'll absolutely nail 210. So 210 now, Eric Townsley, USA. Good walk out. And the referees say good lift. Mario Milan now from Slovakia, 212.5 kilograms. This shouldn't pose too much of a threat to him. Using up all that time to set up. And he got nice and deep, but as he came up, you can see those knees pushed together instead of pushing out. Let's see if we can see it on the replay. Gets down nice and deep, sinks it in, and then the knees just drop in there, and there's just no power from that position. Bjorn Langseth, Norway, 212.5. Depth is good. Lift looks good. And it's good. The 215 goes in the bar. Or Pekka Tuskinen from Finland. Just a smidge under his personal best.
Squat.
He's having to work. He pushes those knees out and the speed picks up. And he gets it on the board, but boy, was that a lot of work. So Kojo winning from Canada now, 235. He currently has the gold medal for the squat. Kojo from Canada, 235.
Squat.
Good, quick out of the hole. And the referees say, good lift. So we come around for their third attempts now. But from Mongolia, 197.5, missed this on his second. Just couldn't get the drive out of the bottom on his second. He's certainly a lot more psyched up for this one.
What?
And he's going to need every little bit of it. And not quite there today. So Neville Harris, 210 kilograms. Had a good opening lift. Just dropped his chest a bit on his second with the 210. Just needs to get a bit more upright. .210 kilograms. Wants to put this one on the board. He knows he can lift this.
What?
Now, it was a better effort, but just a bit too much for him today. It is a long, long way to travel from Australia. Mario Milan, Slovakia, 212.5. So he missed this on his second. Looking to recover a little bit. .212.5 kilograms.
What?
But just a little too much. You can see when he gets to the bottom there, those knees just pop in rather than popping out. It's an area that he can work on with his coach, and that's going to increase his outcome quite dramatically. You can watch on the replay, his knees just start to pop in, and you see how fast everything slows down when that happens. Jani Apamaki from Finland now, 215. So Gwenin from Canada with a 235 has the gold medal in the bag on the squat. Dorfner and Tuskinen are in a little bit of a battle for the bronze medal.
One.
And the silver medal.
Right.
And that was a good lift. Just having a look at his body weight. So Pekka Tuskinen now 220. So getting him up into the silver medal position for the squat temporarily. No one's going to challenge the gold medal with Gwyninen at 235 and going for 240 on it on his third.
Squat.
Got in very, very deep there, and you can see the hips pop up, but the chest didn't. It was certainly worth a try. Njoran Lungset from Norway, 220. And this will move him into second position for the squat. At 220 kilograms. This could just get him a silver medal. He's going to fight it all the way, but it's just a bit too much. He did a great job. He fought as hard as he could there. Eric Townsley, USA, 220. His 220's been a bit of a nemesis so far. $217.5 is his personal best. So this would be nice to put a 220 on the books. Eric Townsley, 220. Could also give him the silver medal. And he's fought through it this time. What do the referees say? It's a good lift. It's on the board. And he'll take the silver medal in the squat. And now 240 goes on for Kojo Gwenin. Townsley will take the silver medal, Dorfner the bronze in the squat. And right now, it's loaded for Kojo Gwenin from Canada. And he's still chalking up his hands, taking his time there. Probably using up a bit too much time. And getting himself under the bar there. What's that? Patented waffle pattern knurling in as tight as it can be. Depth looks good. He gets that head up. You can see that head pop up and the speed increase. But two red lights, unfortunately. See if we can see anything on the replay there. One was for depth. And hard to see from here. Yeah, not entirely sure what the other red light was for, but coach has the opportunity to go to the jury. Don't go too far away. We're going to be right back in 10 minutes to watch these guys hit it hard on the bench press. Welcome back to Helsingborg, Sweden for the IPF 2019 World Classic Powerlifting Championships. And we are getting ready for the M1 74 kilo bench press. And we've got 2 flights. So we'll roll straight through, and this is going to heat up. Of course, our great sponsors, Alico, Uplift, and SPD. And of course, if you're in Sweden at the moment, Alico organising some fantastic tours of their factory on the 10th and the 13th. And if you can get a chance to get along to one of those, look it up on the Alico website. But right now, Loris Manoni from France, 92.5 kilograms to open his bench press campaign. So 92.5 kilos. It's a little bit under his personal best, so should be a comfortable opening lift. And probably a little harder than what he wanted it to be. But he gets it on the board. Quite a narrow grip there, and just keeping contact with the bench. He's going to have to be very careful with that as he adds weight to that. Christian Wenker, Austria, 107.5. So we'll have 8 lifters, and then 8 lifters follow straight after. And that should be a good lift. Let's wait and see what the referees say. And it is. It's on the board. Nick Bentley, Great Britain, 107.5. Didn't have the best day on squats, but he got one on the board. 107.5, right on his personal best. Nice light touch. And a little bit of work in that one. But he gets the 3 white lights. You can see in the replay there, just had to work a little bit harder for it than what you'd really want to. Again, he's really just keeping contact with his butt on the bench. Marcel Rosler now from Czechia, 120. And that should be a good lift. He is. He gets the 2 white lights. It's just the 1 red there. Just couldn't quite catch that in the replay. Yevgeny Stepanov from Russia now, 130. And 130 kilos, just a touch under his best lift. Nice light touch. Good power through the body, and the referees say that's a good lift. Florian Dorfner from Germany now, 130. The world record in his weight class, 179. He's taking his time, getting himself in the right position. Wants to try and get a quick press command. He does. You're going to get that bar to your chest and steadied as fast as possible. Got a nice quick press command. Martin Smith now, Great Britain, 135. And wasn't the cleanest of opening lifts, but he gets it on the board, and that's what counts. A little bit slow on the left-hand side there. Marlon Daniels, Republic of South Africa. Very solid 74-kilo lifter. He is a 74-kilo walking brick. He is built for powerlifting. And gets the job done. Walks off, thank you very much. Loris Manoni from France, 95 kilograms to go on the board, on the bar. Opened at 92.5. Now wants 95. Well under his best lift. So he's giving himself a bit of room to move. His opening lift certainly wasn't perfect. It's a very narrow grip, so lots of tricep work. And we're just flaring those elbows out a little bit too fast. Not giving the triceps a chance, and you can see it slowing down, but he gets it on the board. Christian Wenker from Austria now, 112.5. And 112.5. Ready and waiting. Gets that chest up nice and high. Probably they're not the best touch. It bounced into his chest pretty hard. Might be able to see it in the replay. So it hits his chest rather hard. And he's going to have to be pretty careful as he drives through the body. There's a lot of body movement there. Nick Bentley, Great Britain. And of course, sitting here in the commentary box, I have a great advantage over the athletes and coaches. I get to watch a slow motion replay that they don't get to see. 112.5 for Nick Bentley. And gets it to the top. What do the referees say? It's a good lift. There's not a whole lot of room left to move there. It was a personal best though. Marcel Rosler, Czechia, 122.5. So this will be a personal best for him. Competing 24 years. I love his job title, worker. It's better than one of the job titles we had the other day is job yes. 122.5 for Marcel Rosler from Czechia. Great work. And it's on the board. Great second lift. Just keeping contact with the bench there. Florian Dorfner, Germany, 135. These guys are going all out, hitting best lifts on their second. 135 kilograms. Just taking his time there. Wants everything right. Nice light touch. And just a little bit too much. Just couldn't quite keep it moving there. He got good power off the chest. And you can see he's motioning to his coach. He just pushed a little bit the wrong direction. Got good power there, and yeah, you can see the wrist roll forward and the direction changed. Yevgeny Stepanov from Russia, 137.5. He's looking for a personal best as well. If his opening lift is anything to go by, this one might be quick. Put in some work for it, but he puts it up. That's a good lift. And you can see he really worked, but it was smooth all the way. Martin Smith, Great Britain, 140. kilograms, getting his shoulders up underneath him as far as he can, the chest up as high as he can. It's a great arch. But 140, just a bit too much today. So we'll put the bar at 147.5 now for Marlon Daniels from Republic of South Africa. This guy is just built for this. Now, he's going to walk on, smoke it, and walk off. Coach yelling him to get tight. And there it is, lightning fast. I'm done, thank you very much. Put my next one on, please. Absolutely lightning fast. We come around to the start now, 97.5 for Loris Manoni from France. Been consistent, 92.5, 95, and now 97.5. So his opening lift wasn't perfect. His second one, it was a little bit more work. Let's see what that extra 2.5 does to him. And it's a lot of work. It's still going though. I just can't quite get that left hand moving enough. Just needs to pull those elbows in a little bit more, I think. Work on those, let those triceps do the work. So Nick Bentley from Great Britain now, 115 for his third. So 115, this will be a fairly good personal best as well. Nice light touch, but just a bit too much for him today. Just a little bit too heavy. But Christian Wenka from Austria wants 117.5. Gets that chest up as high as he possibly can. And just needed a replacement call, I think. So, bit of a disagreement there. So, the head referee had said replaced. He started the lift, and therefore it's no lift. Need to be listening to that referee. Marcel Rossler now checking out 125. $125 on the bar. Personal best. He's been good on his other two lifts. And this one's just a little bit too much. You can see started to push back a bit too far and it fell back a little bit. So Florian Dorfner now 135 for Germany. The chief referee just discussing with the jury some technicalities. Right now, Florian Dorfner, Germany, 135. This will be a personal best for him as well. He missed this on his second. Just got the bar path in the wrong direction and couldn't get the power. We'll see how he goes this time. And that looks better. That's more like it. And he gets it on the board. Much better lift. Stayed a lot tighter. A lot less movement of the body. And gets it to the top. Martin Smith, Great Britain, 140. He missed this on his second. Had good control on the way down to the chest, but just didn't seem to have any power off the chest. And again, just no power off the chest there. And it looks like a little bit of a cramp in his leg as well. Just couldn't generate the power. Yevgeny Stepanov from Russia, 140. Big personal best. And he's been good, 130, 137 and a half. Now just taking that small 2.5 kilo jump for his third. Just trying to add those extra kilos on. And he's having to work, but it's a bit too much, I think. That was a big ask. And he's not disappointed with himself. He's given it everything he had. So roll up to 152.5 now. Marlon Daniels, Republic of South Africa. His previous two benches have been lightning fast. Is this one just as quick? It certainly is. That is going to be a tough lift to beat. So we roll straight into the second flight now. Enkvat from Mongolia, 117.5. $117.5 kilograms for Mongolia. That should be a good opening lift, and it is. They're on Lungset, Norway, 125. So 125 kilograms. Or Jeroen Langset. Let's see. That arch, getting that chest up. Very smooth. Very smooth all the way through. And you can see him lift that chest at the end there to get it up close to the bar. Great technique. Neville Harris, Australia, 127.5. Well under his personal best. $127.5. He wants a quick press. And that is a tough opening lift. Interesting to see what Big Ray puts in for his second. It's being handled there by Big Ray from the APU. Great coach and a super nice guy as well. Pekka Tuskinen from Finland, 127.5. Yeah, Ray's got a tough call with Neville though, because he knows he has a lot more in the tank than that. But he wasn't convincing, so he's gone 132.5, just a 5 kilo jump. And Pekka gets his on, and now Kojo Renan from Canada, 132.5. And this gentleman had an absolute monster squat. Now looking for 132.5 on the bench. 40 years of age, 11 years competing, so only just a Masters. And easy opening lift. Oh, he has 3 red lights. He jumped the command, I think. I didn't quite see that. Got a little bit excited. Mario Belan, Slovakia, 140. And 3 red lights. So you can't contest the jury. All right now though, Mario Belan from Slovakia, 140. So Canadian coaches come over to the jury box and they can't actually contest it because it's 3 red lights. There is something going on. The jury's making some movement. We'll wait and see what happens. Right now, Mario Belan, Slovakia, 140. We'll keep an eye on that and see what's going on. Right now, Mario Belan's waiting in the wings for his opportunity to lift. It gets a bit difficult for the athletes when this happens, as they're standing there expecting there to be called. Then there's a delay. So, like Mario, he unwrapped his wrist straps. You can't stand there for that long in tight wrist straps. Those of you who've used them before understand how tight they often are. So then he has to re-wrap, and he's just wasted a good 23, 24 seconds having to re-wrap when usually you'd be ready to go when bar loaded is called. But this is sport, this is powerlifting, and athletes have to be prepared and athletes have to be adaptable. And he gets a good lift by the look of it. We'll wait and see what the referees say, and it is looking at the board, I imagine Koji from Canada is going to get a re-lift on his first attempt. Right now, Eric Townsley, USA, 140. Oh, great opening lift. Very, very smooth, very, very quick. And there's a lot more in the tank. Jani Afamaki from Finland now. Looking for 155. The antenna designer from Finland. One, 5, 5. Looks like a nice smooth lift, and it's on the board. So now we should have Kojo Voinen from Canada, and this will be a re-lift from his first attempt. So there was some technical confusion and some issues, and he'll now get a re-lift. So here he comes. Very, very good lifter. And a great squat. Now needs to get this bench on the board. And absolute textbook. 3 white lights, and he goes on the board. So everything back on track. Ankbutt from Mongolia now at 122.5. So 122.5 goes on. Mongolia getting better and better and better at every event, bigger and bigger, and their coaching organization is getting better and better. And that was a great lift. 3 white lights. Keeps that chest up high. Very minimal body movement. Neville Harris now opened at 127.5. It was pretty tough. He's got a lot more in him. Personal best of 142.5. But he just seems to be just a little bit off his game today. So the big man Ray just putting on 5 kilos. Not giving him too much. But that 5 kilos, just everything looks heavy for him today. Maybe the travel's taking its toll a little bit. Pekka Tuskinen from Finland, 132.5. Equal personal best. Gets those feet right back to try and tighten up that system there. And the tightness through the quads, through the hip flexors. And it's working quite well for him. Here's the 3 white lights. One of the tough things about bringing your feet that far back is it's very difficult to drive off them. You're on Langset from Norway, 132.5 as well. Gets the start, wants a nice light touch, gets it. A textbook touch, nice and light, quickly steadies the bar, gets a quick command. Kojo Buena now, 137.5, had a retake of his first lift. Let's hope that didn't sap too much energy. Sometimes that can actually be a bit of a disadvantage. Sometimes that can actually work against you, that extra lift. So while everyone else has done 3 lifts on each discipline, you've done 4 on one of them. And it can take its toll. Certainly much better for it to be a first lift than a third lift. And that was a great lift from this angle. What do the referees say? 3 white lights. Mario Balan from Slovakia wants 145, just shy of his best lift. And a great opening lift at 140. Getting those shoulders in tight. And if you're starting out in powerlifting and you love bench press, there are some great bench presses out there that give back to the powerlifting community quite a lot. And a lot of the athletes and coaches give back to the community. 3 white lights. Everyone's always happy to share knowledge. But there's a few great tips from Jen Thompson about bench press that she shares regularly. And without a doubt, one of the greatest pound-for-pound bench presses on the planet. Eric Townsley, USA, 147.5. So one of her tips is to squeeze that bar with your little finger. So you want to squeeze the bar as tight as you can. You want to also be squeezing that little finger, and it gives that almost bending motion to the bar. 147.5. All right, easy second lift. His opener was a breeze too. So Jani Havamaki from Finland, 160. So 160 kilograms. That sets him in a pretty good position for gold medal in the bench press. If he misses this, he might have a little bit of a challenge, but he gets it back to the top. And what do the referees say? It's a good lift. So that sets him in the gold medal position now for the bench press. So 127 goes to the bar. We come back around to the start. Engbutt from Mongolia. being consistent on his lifts. And Mongolia traditionally great bench pressers. They've been certainly branching out and improving on their squats and their deadlifts and their coaching techniques as well. So 127.5. And it's heavy, he's got to work for it. Just a little bit too heavy. Now, Neville Harris from Australia, he opened at 127.5 and it was tough. I'm pretty sure the big man, Ray himself, was tossing up between 2.5 kilos or 5 kilos. He went with 5. Nev's usually got a lot more on him in his bench press than this. He struggled and failed at 132.5, just couldn't get the power off his chest. And now having to take a third attempt at 132.5. Better off his chest, but just can't get past that sticking point. And I've known Neville for a while, and he is a much better lifter than that. I imagine the travel's just taken its toll a little bit. Everything just looks heavy today. And you sometimes hear that from athletes when they've done a lot of travel. I'll say everything just felt heavy, even the warm-ups felt heavy. I was talking to Jen Thompson in Tokyo, and she said everything just felt heavy. She still won the World Championship, but everything felt heavy. So Pekka Tuskinen now from Finland, 135. And it's tough. He put in the fight, but he might just get this. I'm not sure how he's doing it. That was pure heart to get that to the top. What do the referees say? I hope it's a good lift. No lift. What a shame. There's a lot of energy to burn on a no lift. And Joran Langset now, 137.5. The Finnish coach has actually come over to the jury to ask the question. That's what the jury's there for. But right now, Joran Langset from Norway, 137.5. Go. 137.5. And just a bit too much. The Finnish coach has come to the jury panel. The jury panel is making a little bit of movement, having a talk with the referees. We'll see what happens. But right now, Kojo Huenen from Canada, 142.5. He is having an absolutely outstanding day. And a massive squat of 235. And he's had to work a little bit for that one, but it should be a good lift. Let's wait and see. It is. Now, I think they may have actually overturned a previous lift. I'm not sure what's happened. We'll wait and see. Mario Belan, Slovakia, 147.5. We'll wait and see what happened with Tuskinen from Finland. At the moment, it's still red. And Mario Belan from Slovakia now, 147.5. And he's got it to the top. Did the bar dip? No, it didn't. He gets it on the board. So Tuscan's lift has stayed the same. No overturn from the jury. So 132.5 is his lift. Eric Townsley wants 155. This will give him the silver medal in the bench. So currently, Hapamaki from Finland is in the gold and solid and secure. Townsley wants to chase after the silver, and Daniels is just waiting to see whether it takes the silver or bronze. So Eric Townsley 155. Oh, he's had to work for this one. Let's see. And it's 3 reds. You know, the bar moved up and down. And the butt came off the bench. So he'll take the bronze medal. So Jani Havamaki now from Finland, 165, already has the gold medal in the bench press. Just wants to secure that a little bit more and add a few extra kilos to that total because he's getting ever so closer to Gwenin from Canada. And he's having to work for it, but he gets it back there. What do the referees have to say? Yes! Yes, he finishes on a 165, and he's super happy with that. So Gwenin takes, Hapamaki takes the gold medal. Townsley will take a bronze, and Daniels will take the silver. But don't go too far away because in 10 minutes we will be right back here and watch these guys battle it out for the deadlifts. Well, it's deadlift time again here in Helsingborg, Sweden. The IPF 2019 World Classic Powerlifting Championships. And we are just about to get our Thursday afternoon deadlift party underway. The action's heating up. Martin Smith will open his campaign with an easy 100 kilograms. He has a much bigger lift than that, so I imagine maybe carrying a little bit of an injury, or maybe just, yeah, it looks like he's a little bit tender in the back there, or maybe the hamstring. You can see even just walking up to the bar is painful, so he just wants to put this one on the board. And that should be a good lift. And it is, he gets that one on the board. I would imagine he'll probably scratch his next couple of lifts. We'll see. No. Looks like the coach is going to go over and put some numbers on. We'll see what happens. Looks like he was able to do that lift and nothing hurt, so we'll see where he goes from there. Right now, Loris Manoni from France for 190. So we'll keep an eye on Martin Smith and see what he puts in for his next. He looked very tender walking up to the bar. So 190 now for Loris Manoni from France. Yeah, so Martin Smith only adding 20 kilos is putting on 120. So still a little bit tender, but obviously didn't hurt too much. And that should be a good lift for Loris. It is. Gets that one on the board. Marlon Daniels now, Republic of South Africa for 200 kilograms. Now, he is built for bench, he is built for squat. He's not exactly biomechanically supreme for deadlift, and I expected he'd do sumo. And let's see how fast this moves. And pretty strong through that section. And 3 white lights. And Yevgeny Stefanov now from Russia, 210 kilograms. Just a bit under his best lift. He's been having a good day so far. Certainly seems to be enjoying it as well. If you go at the back and talk to any of these lifters, as tough as competition is, they enjoy every moment of it. And that should be a good lift, and it's on the board. So Nick Bentley now from Great Britain for 215. So 215 kilograms, 10 kilos shy of his personal best. And probably not the easiest opening lift, and he's been having got a bit of a habit of that today. But he gets the lockout, and he gets it on the board. Florian Dorfner from Germany, 215. It's my favorite profile job. Yes. 215 kilograms. Easy opening lift. No problems with that lockout at all. Marcel Rosler, Czechia, 220 kilograms on the bar.
2.5 kilo bar for with 3.9%.
Just shy
Nick Lee, Australia.
of his personal best of 225. $220. Grip and rip, and there it is. Gets it to the top, and he gets the white lights. So Christian Wenker from Austria now, 2,225. Just shy of 500 pounds. The bar is loaded. The deadlift though, we don't have to wait for someone to give you a start command. You only have to wait for the down command. So there's plenty of time. And double overhand hook grip. If you can manage it, it's a great position to be in, especially on the sumo. And just lost his balance at the top there. Not an unusual occurrence on sumo. That wide stance doesn't give you a very good base of support. So we go back to start with 120 on the bar for Martin Smith. Let's see how he looks walking out. And these guys, spotting and loading, are doing an amazing job today. And he still looks pretty tender. Let's see how 120 feels. He's just gradually testing it. And a bit of a look of surprise on his face that it actually felt okay. He's actually walking off a little bit better than he walked on. We'll see where he goes from there. I think he's a little bit surprised. Loris Manoni from France, 195. Just shy of his personal best. He's got long arms, great for deadlift. Get those knees out. Great looking lift there, gets it to the top and gets the three white lights on. His knees just coming in a little bit at the start there, then he pushes them out and corrects everything. So 215 now for Marlon Daniels from Republic of South Africa. And this guy is absolutely built to powerlift. He's one of the most solid looking 74s I've seen. And he's having to work hard for this one. And I think there might have been a bit of dip in the bar, but no, he's got that one on the board. There is not much room left there, though. I think another 2.5 kilos is going to push him to the limit. Christian Wenker now, Austria, 222.5. So here comes Christian. Now, had some trouble with this on his opening lift. Time to fix it. And there we go, kept his balance very well on that one. Yevgeny Stepanov from Russia, 225. This will be a nice little personal best for him. Two 125 kilograms. He has to work for it, but he gets it to the top. 3 white lights. I don't think there's a whole lot there. 227.5 might be it. Florian Dorfner from Germany now, 225. Stepanov, 227.5 or 230 maybe the most. There's not a lot left there. He really had to work for the 225. And Florian's working for that 225 as well. But he gets the lights. Stepanov has gone the 230. It's going to be a fight for him. But if anyone can do it, it is him. Marcel Roslinau, Czechia, 225. So 225 kilos, equal to his personal best. And it was a bit of work, but he got it there. And it's on the board. So Nick Bentley from Great Britain now, 230. His opening lift at 215 looked really tough. He's gone 230, probably a bit bigger than I was expecting. Let's see how he goes. He is super fired up for this one. Wow, he has got guts, that's for sure. Let's see what the referees say. 3 white lights, he has got heart. That was tough. After the 215, I wouldn't have expected that. But he has got a big, big heart. Where does he go from there? So Martin Smith now, 140. Looking very tender when he walked on the last one, but looked a lot better after he walked off after 120. So maybe the 120 deadlift had some chiropractic benefit. And I just saw him pointing to the inside of his leg there. So He's looking a lot less tender as he walks on this time than he was, so that's a good sign for him.
We have 170 kg more, please, for the stock category.
And he handles that quite well.
Last series,
And he has that little surprised look of, oh, that didn't hurt. Gets that one on the board. So has get some lifts on there to add to his total. Loris Manoni from France, 200 kilograms. So far, it's been looking very good. He has great levers for deadlift. Loris Manoni. If you're sitting at home watching this, there's also action on platform 2 as well.
personal best, 175 kg. This is
That knee just drops in at the start, making it very difficult for him. Just a bit too much there. That right knee just drops in, slows everything down. And of course, if you're in Sweden watching this, and get onto the Alico website and get onto one of those factory tours, what an awesome experience that would be. Learn a bit of history about Alico itself, see how they make this immaculate equipment. I believe they're running those on the 10th and the 13th. The Marlon Daniels now 222.5, 490 pounds. Here he comes. He's an absolute nugget. He was born to power lift. Now, his last lift was tough. And that one was a little too tough. Yeah, and he could just motion to his coach there that the bar started to pull him forward. Yevgeny Stepanov from Russia, 230. So he did the 210, did the 225, and it was a pretty tough pull. And imagine the coach was tossing up between 2.5 and 5 kilos, and he's gone the 5. If anyone can pull that extra and that little bit of extra heart, it's Yevgeny Stepanov. There's plenty of lifting experience. He's going to have to give it everything, though. And he is. It's still going up. What a pull. And it's a good lift. What an absolute fantastic pull. The Florian Dorfner now, 230. So pulling for a personal best. Taking his time, visualizing, and just a little bit too much today. He gave it a fair crack, but it was just a little bit too heavy. So Marcel Rosler now from Czechia, looking for 230. He wants to finish on a personal best as well. 230 kilograms. 5 kilos more than his personal best.
Second weight for Josiah Gaba.
And has decided the 230s probably a little bit too much today, but he gave it everything he had. Certainly gave it a fair shot. Christian Wenker, Austria, 235. Now, it's hard to imagine that 2.5 or 5 kilos will make such a difference, but when you're lifting at your absolute 1 RM in every lift, then even 1 kilo can be enough to stop you. So 235 for Christian from Austria.
Sorry, Khalid. You are in second place. And we have 215 as well for Mikko Aho, Finland.
If you've ever tried double overhand hook grip, it is murder
Also personal record.
on the thumbs.
Yes.
And just a bit light-headed there, nothing unusual with that big exertion on the deadlift and all the blood rush. Sometimes, occasionally, you get a bit of a head spin. I think most powerlifters have at some point in their lives experienced a head spin. I know I've had it myself. And Nick Bentley now, 235. He's decided he wants a big personal best as well. He has got absolute heart. His opener at 215 looked really tough. And I must admit, I was super surprised when I saw him put on 230 for his second, and he pulled it. And now 235. And just a little bit too much. It was that little bit that pushed him over the edge, but what a magnificent performance it's been. We'll move straight into the second flight now. Mario Bellin from Slovakia will open at 200 kilograms. So 200 goes onto the bar. Mario Milan from Slovakia. Locks it out at the top. And the referees say, good lift. Neville Harris from Australia now, 225. Not having the best day of his life. But world champion events get like that sometimes. Sometimes everything goes to plan. Sometimes you've got to use plan B or plan C. And that certainly looks better than his other lifts. 3 white lights. So 225 for Norway now. Aaron Langset from Norway, 225. Well under what he's capable of. Eric Townsley now, USA, 227.5. He's been having a good day. He just has to keep chipping away, do his job, and see what happens.
Starting on the 8th. The bronze medal.
And making that look easy.
Yes.
Bronze medalist, Mongolia, 200,
Excited.
205 kilo.
William.
His personal best is 28.
Angbutt from Mongolia, 230 kilograms.
Following. Miguel Antonio.
4 years, four-time
That's
national
it.
champion.
That's
You can see
it.
his lost condition. The monster from the bars loaded with Lewis Connors, Canada.
230 kilograms for his opening lift. And it was clean, but it looked like a lot of work for 230. Pekka Tuskinen from Finland, 235. $235 kilograms, 10 shy of his personal best. Probably not as quick as what he wants, but it's on the books. So we go to 240 now for Jarni Havamaki from Finland. 240 kilograms. Great opening lift. Really taking his time. Oh, a little bit of a stagger in the lockout there. And he gets the white light, so it's okay. We see on the replay there, he just sort of staggers in the middle. And one side of the bar may have looked like it dipped a little bit, but everything else looked okay. Kojo Guenin from Canada now, 270. If he can put this one on the board, he will not only pretty much secure himself a gold medal for the deadlifts, he's put a big gap on the overall total between him and second place. But he has to put this one on the board first. That looks good, and it is. Aside from an absolute miracle lift, I imagine he will be taking home the gold medal. So Mario Balan now from Slovakia will come round to the start. He'll be doing 2:12.5. So he didn't get his opener at 200. So opting to add 12.5. So 2:12.5. Needs to get those knees out. Gets it to the top. And the referees say it's a good lift. It was a big call, that one. So Neville Harris now 237.5. He's done a 250 before. was 237.5. His deadlift certainly looking better than his other lifts. Taking his time getting set up. That looks solid. And it is 3 white lights. Engbutt from Mongolia now, 237.5. And today is not the day. Looks like that. Bit of tenderness in the back there, maybe a bit of cramping and some spasming in the muscle there. Been a long, long day of lifting for them. So Pekka Tuskinen from Finland now, 240. He's put in a good fight. Does it pay off? It does with 3 white lights. So Joran Langset from Norway now looking for 240. He's fired up for this one. And the fire up worked because he handled that like a champion. So 240 stays on the bar for Eric Townsley from the USA. He's been on fire. He looks like he's still warming up. Let's see how he handles 240. And 240 looks very, very good as well. So your warm-up's over now. You can put something heavy on. Just having absolutely no problems with that lift at all. Great technique. Great concentration. So 250 for Jani Hapamaki from Finland now. Just shy of his personal best at 255. So this one could certainly help him get into the medals in the deadlift. He's ranked number 2 in the totals. This one could help open that gap between the bronze medal position. And did he lock it out properly? Let's wait and see. He did. 3 white lights. It was a tough lift for him. There's not a whole lot of room left to move. So we put 280 on now for Kojo Gwenin from Canada. So 280 is on the bar. got a personal best of 290. And 280 was pretty smooth and pretty easy. So he is safe in the gold medal position. And he's generally pretty safe in the gold medal position overall. He's safe in the gold medal position for the deadlift. What does he do? Do you take a Hail Mary and go for the world record, or you add a little bit more to your total and go for a personal best total? Right now, Mario Balan, Slovakia, 217.5. So 217.5. A little bit shy of his personal best. And it's a little bit too much. The 237.5 goes on for Enkbat from Mongolia now. Missed this on his second. So he missed this lift on his second. He looked a little bit tender in the back. So let's see where we go with this one. And it's just pulling in the erector spinae a little bit there by the look of it. Now we go to 245, Pekka Tuskinen from Finland. This will temporarily move him into the bronze medal position on the deadlift, with a few more lifters to come. And we know what third lifts are like. If you get one on the board, anything can happen. So 2, 4, 5. And just broke the floor, but didn't want to continue any further. Neville Harris. He's going to go the Hail Mary at 250. This is equal to his personal best. But this move will move him into the silver medal position for the deadlift, with only a few lifters to come. We know he can do 250, but he's had a very, very rough day, and that takes its toll on your energy levels and your focus. He's working for it, and it's just a little bit too much today. Everything's just feeling a bit heavy for him, but he's given it a go. He certainly had to give that a go. So Eric Townsley now 250. He has the bronze medal pretty much wrapped up for the deadlift. And this will move him to silver. He has the bronze medal wrapped up overall. So he is the bronze medalist. his other lifts have been on fire. And I think that's the first time we've seen him actually work. And he gets it on the board. So he's currently in the silver medal position for the deadlift.
252.5.
And he's in the bronze medal position overall. Euron Lungset from Norway now 252.5. And he could sneak in there now and get the silver medal for the deadlift from Townsley. 252.5. Two 2.5. And he does. He gets it to the top. That's a good lift. Just gave his coach a heart attack. That is a good lift. He sneaks in there with the silver medal for the deadlift, but is it going to be short-lived because Apamaki from Finland now is looking at 255, and that will push him into the silver medal position. And of course, Langsett then will probably drop down into bronze. Let's see, Apamaki 255. And just couldn't hold at the top there. He handled the weight, but he just couldn't quite hold at the top. But he has the silver medal overall. Townsley has the bronze overall, and this man has the gold overall. And this man about to lift 287.5. He is the world champion. So your world champion Kojo went in from Canada. 287.5 kilos, weighed in at 73.35 kilograms this morning. Wow. Let's wait for the referee's decision. He's done it. He gets it on the board. So he is the 74-kilo world champion. Apamaki, the silver medalist, and Townsley, the bronze medalist. What a fantastic way to finish that session. Don't go away. We have the medal ceremony coming up very shortly. And then, of course, more action at 3:30 p.m. Swedish time.
Also need to remember that the hand goes on the ring all the difference. So let's start with the 59 Master 1 category. In this one, bronze medal goes to USA and Rob Ritter, 132.5. Silver medal goes to Japan, Masashi Unu, 132.5. And the gold medal goes to Poland, Saudi, that's 192.5. Photos. Thank you. For the masters, bronze medal goes to USA and Robert Ali. Silver medal goes to Japan, Saki Uno, 105. And gold medal goes to Poland, Saudi, that's 145. Photos. Thank you. Next, bronze medal goes to Sweden and Felix Green, 182.5. Silver medal goes to Japan, Masashi Uno, 200. And the gold medal goes to Poland, Saudi, that's 210 kilos. Photos. Thank you. And the total, bronze medal goes to Sweden and Felix Green, 470.5. Silver medal goes to Japan, Masashi Uno, 457.5. And the gold, world champion, Master 159, Saudi Poland, 547.5. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the national final gold. The last one, 66 kilogram category spot. Bronze medal goes to Finland and Mikko Aho on 85 kilos. Bronze medal goes to Canada and Louis Morris on 95. And gold medal goes also to Canada and Sean Sebastian Little, 212.5. Photos. Thank you. Investors, bronze medal goes to Japan, Kei Nishisuka, 135. Silver medal goes to Canada, and Louis Morris on 127.5. And gold goes to Canada, Sean Sebastian Little, also on 127.5. Photos. Thank you. And for the deadlift, last medal goes to Canada and Sean Sebastian Little, 230 kilos. Silver medal goes to American and Greg Barry, 235. Great. Gold medal goes to Canada, Louis Morris, 262.5. Photos. Thank you. And so, bronze medal goes to USA and Euro Chen 570.5. Silver medal goes to Canada and Sean Sebastian Little, 560. Gold medal and world champion from Canada, Louis Morris, 585 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem. you. Also, for the class spots, Bronson goes to Germany and Korean partner 215 kilograms. Silver goes to USA and Eric Bronson 220. Gold goes to Canada and Hollywood 235. Thank you. Yes. Bronson goes to USA, Eric Bronson 147.5. Silver goes to South Africa, Arnold Daniels 152.5. The gold goes to Finland, Yanni Alavani 165. Thank you. Bronson goes to USA and Kate Bronson 200. And the silver goes to Norway and Göran Hansen 252.5. And the gold goes to Canada and Hollywood 287.5. Thank you. The total result, also 174. Bronson goes to USA and Kate Bronson 670.5. Silver goes to Finland, Yanni Alavani 630. And the gold was champion from Canada, Hollywood 665. Gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Canada. Makes the all the difference to round of applause. You